What is up, everyone? Sigs here, and today we're going to be taking another look at this new-ish roguelite dungeon crawler in which you play as the healer of an MMO-style party. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So, previous two videos I've uploaded on this game, we were just kind of messing around, checking out different classes, seeing the game mechanics and all that. But today I would like to actually beat some of these new levels, which do get quite difficult towards the end. So I do have a plan. I have tried looking up information for this game, and it's really hard to find anything as far as like what classes are good, what party comps are good, what spells and builds are good. You get a lot of AI-generated responses that conflate this game with other games, such as World of Warcraft, somewhat understandably so. So I've kind of had to homebrew my own build, and I've just been messing around. I think I found something that works well, so I thought I would showcase that for everyone today. So you can see here my upgrades. Don't really have any, just a little bit extra physical and magical damage. And one important thing that I did was unlock the option to pick from different classes when you go to start the level. And I did a little bit of re-rolling here to get a team comp that I think will work. If you want to see how I did that, you can check out the last video I uploaded. There's timestamps somewhere around the middle of the video. You'll see the method for re-rolling characters. Now, I don't have the best team comp here, but it's going to be good enough, and I didn't want to sit here all day re-rolling. So I'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll get into the run, and I'll explain more as we go. Basically, what I can surmise from playing is that direct heals, really strong, way stronger than any of these kind of healing over time things. So I like the Shaman. The chain heal, really powerful. The fact that it bounces, heals multiple targets, and is a strong direct heal and damage is very good. So we're going to be a Shaman. And then to synergize well with the Shaman, I had the thought, well, why don't we have everyone in melee? Then I don't have to worry about the bounces not hitting everyone. We'll have everyone grouped up in one nice stack, and I just spam chain heal and it heals them all. And that's what we're going to do. So to that end, we want a strong tank. I personally just like the tankiest tank possible. Actually, I was going to go with the Dreadnought. And now I'm looking at the Paladin. Does quite a bit more damage is the thing. But the Dreadnought's a little tankier, so yeah, our tank's just going to be a tank. I just want someone big and beefy to eat all the hits, so that's what we're going to do. And then as far as DPS goes, again, I just want everyone in melee for chain heals. So we have the Reaper, who I really like, seems to do a lot of damage. The Fighter, who's pretty good as well. And honestly, I wanted a Berserker for the third, but again, I'm not going to sit here all day re-rolling, so we're just going to go with this Crusader. Seems pretty beefy, hopefully does good damage, and there you go. So, 3 melee classes, obviously a melee tank, and myself with chain heal. Let's get into the run and see if we can make this work. We're going to have 6 minutes here. We have to find all 3 map fragments from chests in order to get to the boss level with bonus resources. If we don't fail the level, but we don't get bonus resources. So I'm going to move chain heal onto 3, and basically just spam it. And that's going to be our whole strategy here. Everyone's nice and grouped up. I can throw a chain heal on anyone, and it'll bounce and hit everyone else. And we're going to pick a new spell here. So Circle of Healing I like quite a bit, but I already have chain heal for AoE damage and healing. The emergency heal is nice. I may actually pick that. Healing Rain isn't awful though, and I know it has some good upgrades that'll increase my healing on everyone. If we're in combat for long enough, this would be worth it. And it really fits the Shaman just flavor. But I'm going to go with instant heal. I need an instant cast emergency heal in case I can't get to someone in time with a cast. So we're just going to take that for later. We'll throw away over here and we'll keep moving. Now I do need to do one thing. I should have done this earlier. But every time I hit my push to talk key, which is quote left, it deselects what I have targeted. And that seems to be the only way to fix it, is to set the key and then set the key to something else. So let me make sure. Whoops, not main menu. Yeah, okay, we're good. That's settled, and we'll keep pressing on here. So a little bit of direct heals on the tank because these guys are hitting kind of hard. And then we'll just go to DPS. Generally, well, let me see what we have here. Yeah, 1 additional bounce, but 75 more mana. Don't love the extra mana cost, but the extra bounce is going to be really helpful for this build. So we're going to take that and hope we get some mana reduction abilities later. So we'll do that. I'll take a quick peek at the shop just to see. I only have 33 hearts, so I can't even afford anything useful. So we'll press on here and just try to find these chests quickly. Like I was saying, generally, if I heal... Okay, let me deal with this pack. Hang on. These mages are a little bit scary. But we're good. Yeah, so people heal a lot out of combat, so as long as their health doesn't reach 0 and I have to spend time rezzing them after the pull, it's almost better to not even heal them and just let them heal out of combat to save time, because then I could spend the time that I would spend healing them DPSing to speed things up to beat this timer better. So you'll see me doing that a lot, and I don't really like anything here. I mean, the AoE heal isn't bad, but again, I'm pretty much just going to be spamming chain heal if I can get the upgrades that I want. I may even just banish this. There's no way I would ever use this, so I'm going to banish this just to increase the odds of getting something better later. I could pass to get the extra hearts, which would be pretty useful, but we're just going to throw a banish out here. Oh, I can do both. I've never banished something before, as you can see. So yeah, we'll banish that, and then we'll pass. We'll get the extra hearts, and we're really looking for upgrades to chain heal. Anything that gives mana reduction, which you'll see why as chain heal starts to get built up. It starts to cost a lot of mana, and we'll keep pressing on here. So we'll need to throw just a direct heal on the Dreadnought, I think. Yep. Oh boy. Come on. Darn it. That is a shame. That's a pretty big waste of time there. See what we get. None of this is anything that I want. This isn't awful, the fact that I could channel it while moving just to have something to cast while moving. I am just going to pick that up. It's probably unlikely I'll even use it, but that could be situationally useful, so I'll grab that. Finish off that enemy. Have to res our Dreadnought here. Make sure my targeting's working. It seemed like it wasn't targeting him when I was trying to heal him, that's why I kind of fell behind, but again, we'll kind of let him heal up out of combat. We'll send everybody in. I'll focus mostly on DPS to speed things up. You can see the damage down here on the damage meter, see if I'm actually contributing. And we haven't found a single chest yet, which is a problem, but we'll keep moving, send everyone in. Want to focus those mages down. They do a lot of damage, but they do also die pretty quickly. Now I'm going to use my emergency heal just because I got scared. And increases the charge by 5, a cooldown by 10. Yeah, this one I don't hate, because I'm not using it all the time, and a lot of times it's just sitting at 2 charges, which is kind of a waste. But then if I do need it, having 5 whole charges is huge. And then it can, even though it's gonna have a 25-second cooldown, it'll recharge all the time I'm not using it. I don't usually pick this one, but I'm actually just going to grab it now and kind of play around with it, and then immediately heal the Crusader, because I don't want him to fall over. Mage is done, and we are pressing on. We are not doing great with chests. Here, I'm probably going to need to get a direct heal on the Dreadnought, because his champion slaps. Yep, probably should have topped him up before, but thankfully I think this Crusader is fairly tanky as well. And because everyone's in melee, again, I can just spam heals on him. And everyone will be nice and healthy. There we go. So, really don't like people going down. It takes a lot of time to res them, which isn't good for the timer we're fighting against, but is what it is. Don't want any of this, so pass, grab the hearts, get some better gear and stuff later on. Really fishing for just chain heal upgrades, and anything that'll give us any kind of mana reduction. So, this time, here, I can top him up while moving, so we can get ready for the next pull. That was actually a pretty good pickup then. Send everything in again on the mages, and because they are all melee, they will bring the melee mobs over to any casters that I send them at, which is also pretty useful. So I need to spam this guy because he's taking a little bit more damage than I thought he would. There we go. And we still don't have a single chest, which is not great. Don't hate an absorb. You can put it on before combat to effectively give people a larger health bar, which is pretty useful. Reduces the cooldown by 6, but increases the duration by 1, which means it does less healing over the duration. I don't use that this much. Use this that much, so I'm not going to take that. I might just pass for the hearts, but I think I'm just going to grab the barrier because you'll see that will have some uses. Like coming up to this next pull here, I could pre-shield. Oh, this is a cast? Oh, this is awful. Why did I even take this? I take it back. That's cool. Okay, these mages, if they all target the same person, that person's going to get trucked. Thankfully, it was the Dreadnought, and thankfully I had that shield on, so that compensated a little bit. We'll just need to spam him, and then from here he should be good to where I can DPS, and we'll hopefully get our first map fragment. Ooh, I love this ability. It just doesn't... Well, you know what? I was going to say it doesn't work great with this build, but because it's instant cast, and it heals everyone in range, which everyone will be in range because they're melee, that could be situationally pretty useful if I need some just quick instant cast healing. So we will actually grab that, put it on 1 there, get our first map fragment, and try to find some more chests here. I'm not sure if I should keep going around the outside or I should probably look in the middle. Oh, there's a chest there. So let's send everyone in. I'll throw out a chain heal for damage. We'll just spam our little hammer attack here, get some nice little passive healing while doing damage, and then just spam chain heal again to finish this pack off, and we're done. Get the next map fragment, hopefully. So, what do we got here? Okay, so this is what we're looking for. Each time it heals a target, your next chain heal's cast time is reduced, so this is really good for just spamming chain heal. So we will grab that, get our map fragment number 2, and see if we can't find map fragment number 3. Probably right in this chest. And everybody in. This is kind of a big pack. So we get in, use the hammer to heal. Need that emergency heal on the Dreadnought. Come on. Oh boy. He's taking a lot of damage. Okay. Took a lot of our charges there, but that's why we took that ability that's gonna let our charges accumulate. And he should be good at this point, so there we go. This is probably 3rd map fragment here. So let's grab that. Okay, what do we got? Instead of healing, it will do DR. 40% DR is pretty nice, but I think I actually want it for healing. We do have the Healing Rain as an option again. Is this instant cast? No, 1.5 second. 900 to 1100 over 12, so it's like 90 to 110 HPS compared to this, which ends up being way more, but this lasts longer. I'm just going to take this to mess around with, just kind of fulfill my Shaman class fantasy, I suppose. I don't know if I'll really use it much, but I do want to peek in here. I definitely need just a bunch of mana potions for all the boss fights coming up, so we're going to start stockpiling those and just see if there's anything worth buying here. Scrolls of Heroism definitely is something we're looking for. Any good gear that's cheap. You know, why don't I take a look at what I've picked up so far before I buy anything. Nobody can use this, so we'll disenchant it, and then, okay, physical damage, magical damage, and health. That would be good for a number of people. I think I'm going to worry about the tank first, since he should be taking all the damage. We really want to get as much defense on him as possible. Having extra health doesn't actually help much, because it's just more for me to heal. It makes all my heals less effective as a percentage of their health, but it does buy me a little bit more time to get heal casts off, so we're gonna just stack that on him for now. We get light gloves down here that nobody can use, so immediately disenchant that, and then this is DR and a lot of extra damage. Let's put that on. It's either me or the Reaper. The Reaper is the 2nd highest damage right now, so we'll put that on him. At some point I'll start doing more damage, but for now I'll worry about him. Again, this can go on me, but I'm going to put it on the Reaper. I have a much easier time avoiding things than these NPCs do. Their AI is not the smartest, so that'll go on him. This is a lot of extra damage. It'll again go on the Reaper, so we're just stacking him for damage. And the last piece can only really go on me or the Reaper. Let's see, it's magic damage, which the Reaper does do, but this does a little bit more and has more crit, so he can keep that. I'll take this, at least until I start spending more time DPSing. And Retaliation Strike is a very good tank ability here. It's only going to go off when his health gets low, but it's going to give him damage reduction, and honestly that's when damage reduction is the most important, is when he's close to death. So this may be worth picking up. I may also just find it without having to spend the 200 hearts on it somewhere else. But I think I am just going to grab it and then not have to worry about it for the rest of this run. So let's throw that on the tank. Let's sell this that nobody can use. And we have 1 minute to get to the exit, which is right there. So we'll see if we could farm a few more hearts maybe before we hit that exit point. Let's just send one in on this guy. Just throw my hammer, boom. Another pack here. I'll try to do as much damage as I can, speed things up. We do get little bonus hearts if we finish quicker. So it's not necessarily worth spending time farming these skeletons unless I can generate more in that time than I would just by finishing earlier. So I'll probably just do this 1 pack here. That champion does hurt, but I think Dreadnought should be okay. Run in, do this hammer, get a little extra healing on him, and boom. And I'm going to call that good. So let's exit. We'll get our extra 25 hearts from the timer and the 100 from the exit bonus. Allow us to maybe buy some stuff from the shop here. So didn't get exactly what I was looking for on that first level, but we got a few of the key pieces, and we'll be able to get some more stuff here. So let me see here. Increases the charges, but increases the cooldown. Same thing I was talking about with this instant heal. I don't use it all the time, so rather than have it sit at this many charges, it's almost better to just let the charges pile up when I'm not using it and then have more for when I do need it. So I will take that. This isn't awful either because it gives me a little movement speed, but it's pretty situational where that's going to be useful. So yeah, flailing seems good. Grab that. Let it recharge before the boss fight probably. As we look at the shop just quickly, 241. We're looking for heroism scrolls. There are none. Looking for any good abilities. Actually, let me see what I have here first. Nice ring with magic damage, which will go on the Reaper because this is shadow damage, so that's magic damage. Whereas these other guys all do physical. Well, he does holy and physical, so he does both. But we'll put that on the Reaper, and then a nice headpiece here that'll probably go on me. 16% damage. It's actually probably better on the Reaper unless I'm actually doing DPS, but I'm just going to take that for now because he already has a helmet. Sell that. What do we have here? If it crits, the caster takes 5% less damage for 10 seconds, stacking him to 5 times, and is a 2% crit chance. Okay, so it's physical. We might as well just throw that on the fighter. A little bit of extra DR on him. Damage reduction on him would be good. And what do we have here? Cheap shot. Don't care about that. And can't really afford. Can't use. Someone could grab this, but it's not that good. It's only 3% crit, and this is not really better than either of the two that I have equipped. So, okay, we're going to take on the boss here. This first boss, pretty easy. Show you real quick. All he does is attack and then Skull Crush. Skull Crush is like a huge tank buster, so all I have to do is keep this guy with enough health that he doesn't get overkilled by the Skull Crush, and that's pretty much it. Just move that scroll out of the way so I don't use it accidentally. Not going to need it here. Put a shield on this guy to start so that we can just rush in. Spend most of my time DPSing. Going to reset the meter. I want to see who does the most single target damage. Oh, he got pretty trucked by that actually, so let's hit him with the emergency heal. Let's use the hammer, so I'm doing DPS and healing at the same time. Now that he's pretty healthy, I'll go back to chain heal for DPS. And as soon as the next Skull Crush goes off, whoa, he took way more than I thought he would. That's a problem. I'm actually going to have to pop a mana potion so that I can res him in a second here. Fighter's probably going to go down. Oh gosh, I may want to just not even waste the time resing this guy. Yeah, Fighter's going to go down with this Skull Crush, but the Dreadnought's going to be back up. Problem is I won't have enough mana to really get him healthy here, but we'll do what we can. There we go. Okay, and then at this point, we're just going to finish the boss. I think we can defeat him before he kills all of us. Totally out of mana. Yeah, there goes the Dreadnought, but that's alright. Now that I have a little bit of mana, do some damage, and there we go. Okay, didn't go as well as I thought it would. That guy's usually pretty easy, but the Dreadnought took more damage than I was expecting, so we do need to wait just a second here for our mana to get these two guys rezzed, and then we'll go on to floor number 2. So not the cleanest floor 1 and boss 1, but we got it done, which is good. and it's just going to get more difficult from here. So take a quick peek at what we got. Chaos Strike is Shadow. This guy already has it. Nobody else is really caring too much about... Well, I mean, this guy does magic and physical, and I guess I'll just give that to him for the heck of it. And then what do we pick up here? Some nice gloves that nobody can use, so that's too bad. And a 7% crit ring. Who cares about crit? This guy does? A little bit? Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. That'll cause that ability to crit more often, which will give him the DR more often, so it's pretty reasonable for him. And we'll go with floor 2 here. Hopefully a little bit quicker this time. Look for those chests. Send everybody in. Chain heal for damage. I'm gonna need to go use my hammer to keep that dreadnought healthy. Help out with the DPS here. Alright, what do we got? Okay, again, don't really care about this ability. This one's alright. It's just kind of passive healing. It's really not a lot, but it's just free healing. So I'm just gonna take that, put that on H, cast it. Now that aura is just active. Finish off this one skeleton, and get the loot and keep moving quickly. Let's see, what do we got in here? Fixate skeleton pack. They're gonna pick one person, in this case me, and just try to focus me down. So I'm just gonna use my instant casts to compensate for the damage I'm taking. Hope my guys can finish these guys off quickly, and boom, no problem there. And let's look over here. Maybe we'll go up and around, do a big loop, hopefully find these chests. Definitely need to focus these healers, hard focus, ignore that rager. Just, wow, that healer went down before I could even finish my cast. Not a problem, not complaining. Get on this healer, quick little heal on the dreadnought, and finish the rager here. Might need to throw a heal at this guy. He'll be alright. Okay, and moving on. What do we got? Chain heal heals a target. Your next chain heal casts. Okay, so the same one, but just stacks of 10% reduction. This is really good for just spamming chain heal for direct heals. The mana cost gets to be an issue with the reduced cast time, but I'm going to take this for now. There is an ability that will allow the chain heal not only to bounce additional times, but if I target an enemy, it'll also bounce to do healing and vice versa. So I'm hoping we get that one, in which case this becomes really good. Because even if I'm using it for damage, if there's less than the number of bounces that I have, it'll heal, which will then make it do faster casts on enemies, which will do more damage, which will then also bounce and buff it again, and then you just spam it. You don't even worry about what you have targeted. So that's what we're hoping to build. This isn't awful either for like a super big emergency heal, but we're really just trying to lean into the chain heal, so that's what we're going to do. Pack up here. Why don't I just pre-buff the Dread as I send him in? I can try to throw down a healing range because I'm curious what it does. Dreadnought's getting trucked. I don't have any emergency heals. Maybe the hammer can out-heal. Not quite. So a little bit of a time loss here with the Dreadnought going down. Those big skeletons just do so much damage. I'm just going to grab the loot while my mana comes back enough to res. And we'll res here. Pick up our first map fragment. We're doing okay on time, but a little bit quicker would be better. Let's grab the map fragment. There we go. And why don't I give this guy another shot as I send him in. And this pack should go down real quick. Just like that. And let's see what we're working with here. So there's a chest that's going on that. We got to focus healers. I will try to do as much damage as possible now. Just get them finished before they get too many heals off, because that wastes a lot of time. Back on the Rager, just spamming chain heal. Dreadnought gonna live, we hope. Yep, and then just let him heal up here outside of combat. Yeah, 20% chance not to use a charge, especially with the extra charges, is pretty good, so we'll grab that. There is also an ability where when I cast this, it has a chance to reduce the mana cost of my next spell, which is really what we're looking for. So I can kind of weave that in with the chain heals. Big pack in here. This is kind of risky, especially because there's no chest. I really don't have a reason to do this. Yep. All those fireballs at once are going to hurt. Let's see if this healing range even helps me at all. Let's get the instant cast heal. Let's spam the hammer so we can speed up the damage and heal at the same time, and that worked out quite well. Okay. Don't hate the healing rain, it's just a question of like how often are we going to be standing still for long enough to get the benefit from it. This time we're going to focus the Ranger, because he definitely hurts. Throw some chain heals for DPS. Okay, emergency heal, and see what we get here. This is the absorb that I like, because it's instant cast. Like running out of spell slots, honestly. Do have a heroism scroll, which is what we want. I might start, I'm going to banish this. I should have just been banishing these things as we go because, I'm not going to pick them ever, and that'll increase the chances of getting something that I do want. But we'll grab that, and we'll just grab Absorb for the hell of it. We'll put it there. We'll move our Heroism Scroll. I never really need these speed scrolls, but we'll just keep them on our bar for now. Get our, hopefully, second map fragment. There's the exit. Oh, that's our third fragment, so we're good. We'll dip in here. Let me take a peek at what I have picked up so far. Literally no spells that I can use, so get rid of that. Big hat. Oh, it's light, though. Nobody can use it. Light, nobody can use it. Crit and magic. Crit and magic, I guess, needs to go on him because he does some magic at least. And then gloves with DR and health. That are... better defensive, but not offensive, and not better for me here, unless I need magic resistance, which I really don't care about. So, okay, sell that. Take a peek. Really need some mana pots. We want to start stocking up on here. Decent gloves, not worth the price. Nothing. That is a lot of damage, actually. That might be good on the Reaper, if I don't care about his survivability as much as him doing damage, which I think is what I'm going to lean into for now. We really need more tank stuff on our Dreadnought so he doesn't go down like he did during that first boss. He can't equip that, so hopefully we get some of that stuff. We have a lot of hearts, so we could buy a lot of things. I could exit now and take the bonus 224 hearts, whatever that is. I guess it's 1 per second, so that would be 120, 144. But what I'm going to do is try to clear some more packs and find maybe another shop down here so I can get some mana pots and find better gear for the Dreadnought. He's getting trucked, so I'll hit him with a couple quick emergency heals, throw out the hammer for the hell of it to top everyone up, and see if we could just kind of speed through here. I want to go down there. It's the only area I haven't really been to yet. See if there's a shop, see if there's a chest, maybe a couple more packs so we can get some hearts and gold from it to make up for what we're losing by not finishing early. Bunch of AoE mobs here. Fixated skeletons on me. Holy Barrier now also reduces damage. I'm just not using this enough. I don't want this. I hate this ability. I don't know why I haven't banished this yet. I will probably never pick it. So let's do that. And I'm just going to... It's so rare that I'm even going to use this, but I'll just take it because it's at least marginally beneficial. So grab that. Got to start throwing some hammers. That canceled my Healing Rain cast because I'm dumb. Gonna get some big direct heal on me. And at this point, we're probably fine. Let my guys finish that guy off. I left loot on the ground there, but I'm hoping I'm going to get it on the way back. Okay, healer pack. Focus the healers. Get them done quickly. I should always target the one that I don't send them on because I can never even get my cast off and they go down so quick. Get this Rager. He does a lot of damage to the Dreadnought. Just a hammer for the hell of it. And getting a little light on time. Not seeing really another chest or a shop anywhere. Still thinking about that loot that I left behind over there. Shoot. Well, we'll just look down here real quick. Everybody focus the casters, because they're going to hurt. Do a Healing Rain. Healing Rain does do damage to them as well, right? Yeah, not a lot though, so... I don't really know how worth that is even... How worth that is even casting? Is that grammatically correct? What am I even trying to say? Okay, shoot, we need to just hightail it back up to the exit. We might not actually make it at this point. I think I dilly-dallied a little bit too long, but let's just sprint. See if we can make it there in 20 seconds. Didn't really get anything that I was looking for with this little extra excursion. I can at least pick up that loot that I was thinking about. Oh yeah, we're not gonna make it. It's not the end of the world. I actually have more hearts than I could really spend at this point. That's why I really wanted to find another store. It's just still nice to stockpile them. Yeah, we're about 10 seconds away, so messed up a little bit on that, but we can do some quick shopping, and then I'll explain this boss. This one's definitely trickier than the first boss, so let's grab this. What do we got here? Wow. I mean, for an emergency heal, that's huge, but the increased mana cost scares me a bit, especially because I have not been able to stockpile mana potions. Circle of Healing, great spell, but I'm using Chain Heal instead, so there's really no reason to have it. This is like a good pre-shield. I like this a lot. I just worry about the extra mana cost for right now, but I think I'm just going to take it. No, I'm not, and you'll see why in a second. Let me get this. Check out the shop. Wow, no mana potions again. This is going to be tough. Might almost be worth grabbing this relic for a revive. Again, let me remember to see what I have first. Cleave is a good spell for the fighter. Okay, which is why he already has it, so I'll just throw that on the Crusader. Let's see. Can any of this go on the Dreadnought? No. He is going to be in a lot of trouble here without gear. This is going to be quite good for myself. No, it's physical. I mean, it's still good health and DR, so I'm just going to take it. Yeah, and leave the damage on the Reaper. And then this is literally the same piece that I already have equipped twice, so get rid of that. Okay. Holy Hand Grenade, not going to have much use for this. I might need here, but we'll see. This can go on the Dreadnought. I need to buy it just to get him something at this point. Gloves also can go on the Dreadnought, so that's good. Probably should have looked at this one first to see if it's better. Okay, that can't even go on the Dreadnought. And then any spells that are good? Thunderstrike. Physical and Shock. That would be decent on the Paladin, the Crusader, because he does both physical and magic. But I think I'm just going to save the money. So let me kit this guy out a little bit, and then we'll take a look at the boss. You know what? I'm just going to buy that. I feel like it's a little bit better than the Shadow Strike, probably, especially since someone else already has Shadow Strike. Okay, so this boss. I did not get the abilities I wanted to have the build for this guy, but hopefully we can make it work. So he's pretty easy. All he does is stand there and attack. The thing is he summons skeletons, and the skeletons take 90% reduced damage for 12 seconds, and then they deal 200% damage, although they take 400% more. So the thing is to not waste time attacking them for the first 12 seconds, because, you know, you won't do any damage to them, and it's just a waste of damage that could be going into the boss. But then to immediately attack them as soon as that 12 seconds ends, so that they're not doing 200% extra damage to you. I don't see a way to know when that 12 seconds is up. I just kind of feel it out. These healers are most likely going to get a heal or two off in that 12-second window, so that's kind of unavoidable. Just have to DPS through it and then take them out as soon as those 12 seconds are up. These guys do a volley, so they're going to be hitting everyone. So once they're doing 200% extra damage, that can get really scary, which is part of... And then these guys just attack a random target, run around. And that's part of what made me think of this build in the first place, is if I can just get everybody stacked up in melee, it'll kind of funnel these enemies in, and then I can just spam chain heal, hit everybody for healing, and also damage the enemies at the same time, basically, without having to worry about keeping track of that 12-second timer. The only thing I'm going to have to pay attention to is these guys, because they're casters. They're going to sit out at range, and then I'm going to have to just probably hit them with an instant heal, which is why I didn't pick that upgrade. That was going to make it cost so much more mana after 12 seconds has elapsed. So I'll give it a shot here. I don't actually know how well this is going to go. I don't have the build that I wanted, but we're going to do our best. So we're going to Heroism on pull and just do as much damage as we can up front, and then start worrying about the ads. So let me shield, I guess, just let me rebuff my passive healing aura. Let me shield Dreadnought. Can I double shield him? That's not the right keybind. Sure can. Alright, send everyone in. Heroism scroll off rip for as much damage as possible. Just doing DPS. Want to get him as low as possible. You can see that first heal's going off. I'm going to throw a healing rain down just so that when I go to fight the ads, I have some more passive healing going off. Okay, I see. Okay, got that guy. I actually do see now there's a little skull above their head when they can be damaged, so I gotta keep an eye out for that. Big heal on the tank because he was getting low. Might as well use the hammer for some extra passive healing. New ads coming in. I'm out of mana, that's why I need more mana pots. Need to keep the tank alive. Boss is getting low. Okay, he can be damaged now. He sees the skull over his head. Boom, one shot. Dreadnought's down, but I think the boss is low enough. Or hopefully someone else can kind of tank him for a while. Use the hammer. There's some passive healing. Okay, I need to get this guy down before heals start going off. Anything I can cast needs to just be cast. Okay. That was close. A lot closer than I would have liked. But we did it. So that worked well. You know, really just making sure to target those healers. That's kind of my job. As soon as they get that little skull icon, that red skull over their head, then I can just blast them with the instant heal. And this works a lot better, again, when I have that chain heal ability that lets me do damage and healing essentially at the same time. Because then with everything stacked up, you know, it just all falls over pretty quick no matter what I'm targeting. And also having no mana potions there definitely hurt. But we did it. And now for this floor. I have not cleared this floor, so this is going to be interesting. Really do want to get my build online a little bit more, but I just want to make sure to get to the boss more than anything. Now this Disruptor is where I ran into trouble. He does an AoE cast that stuns everyone. I believe you can LOS it, so if I hide here, I think everyone killed him in time. Okay, so that's what I have to do. Well, first I need to make sure that Dreadnought doesn't die to all these Blaze casts, but I need to make sure I focus that Dreadnought, or Disruptor rather he's called. If he gets that cast off and me and everyone else gets stunned, then the enemies are just going to wail on us without me being able to heal, and it's probably going to be run over, so very important that I manage that. Now, mana potions, I don't know what the next boss is at all, so I'm just going to stock up on those because those are almost always useful. See what loot we got from the boss. Finally, another Dreadnought piece, and I guess a ring for me for magic damage. Could go on the Crusader as well, but I'll take that. Sell these. We got a lot of hearts. Anything worth buying? Let's see. These look good. 300 health, lots of damage reduction, and extra physical damage. Yeah, I'm gonna buy those. Throw them on the Dreadnought, who's been needing gear, although the fighter doesn't have anything. Fighter does physical, this has physical and crit, so that'll go on the fighter for damage. This will go on the Dreadnought for survivability. Now we're starting to get a little more built. So let's keep moving here. I just need to be really careful about what I pull and not get caught out by one of those disruptors. Let's rush everyone in. Let's get a healing rain down. Why is it not going? There it goes. And I'm gonna focus on actually direct healing because I'm a little scared. Seems like there's a lot of damage going on in the Dreadnought. So that works. We can use the hammer as well to do damage and healing at the same time. And what do we get here? The DR one, which we don't want. This I'll never use. Pretty nice healing over time but it is a cast, which I don't like. If this was instant cast, I'd consider it, but we're not going to take that. We're just going to pass after banishing that. That will never pick. Get some more hearts. Nice and healthy. And just going to kind of methodically work my way through here. That's another disruptor, so again, God, I'm so afraid. Alright. Everybody go. Focus him. Instant. I need LOS. Okay, see, they're stunned. I LOS, so I'm fine, but now I can save them because I LOS'd, and we just need to get him killed before the next cast, so that's good. LOS means line of sight, by the way, if you didn't know. Whoa, big ground slam, boy. That hurts. And they're stunned, so I need to keep them alive. Chain heal doing the work. The very quick casts with the buff ability here is pretty good. And we get our first chest. Let's see what we get. Again, don't hate the instant healing over time. Never use that. This could be good situationally. If someone gets really low, I just like pop that and then instant heal, and it'll be pretty huge. I guess I just grab it because it's probably better than 25 hearts at this point. We have one open slot, so get our first map fragment. Gotta try to find 2 more. There's a shop. We definitely want to take a look at that. No disruptor in this pack. Rager does a lot of damage, so I'm gonna focus him. Throw the healing rain down, get a shield on the dreadnought, and then just spam DPS. And hopefully dreadnought lives, and then he could just heal up outside of combat here. I'm gonna take out this one skeleton because he's a little close before we check out the shop. Another dreadnought in that, or disruptor in that pack we gotta be careful for. I have a lot of hearts, so I'm just grabbing mana pots so I can just spam my ass off on the next boss. A couple people don't even have chests. What is, let me, again, I always forget. Let me look at what I have first. This is physical, so on the fighter. No spells I can use. And let's see, magic and physical is probably good for the paladin dude. So sure, we'll just grab that. Nothing I can use there with the bow spells, so this will go on the crusader. And we're gonna press on. Make sure I scoop this little bit of loot here. Same deal here with this disruptor. Gotta send in quick. Hopefully just beat him before the cast. And if not, oh, I'm gonna get hit. I messed up. Okay, it's gonna work out. Somehow only I got disrupted instead of the whole party this time, so that's good. They're gonna live long enough for me to get unstunned and heal them. Use this hammer here. There we go. Second map fragment. Okay. This is part of what I've been looking for this build. It'll jump to more targets, but it costs more mana. So the mana is a problem, but if I can get it to bounce to the entire party, then that's really good for like AoE effects. It'll also hit more enemies. And then the main thing is if I could find that epic upgrade where if there's not enough targets, not enough friendly targets, it'll jump to enemy targets, and there's not enough enemy targets, it'll jump to friendly targets. That's where the extra bounces becomes really, really good. So we're just going to grab it and see if we can't find that upgrade by the end here. So one more Corruptor, everybody in. I'm just going to instant. Whoa, we get out. Okay, good. LOS, yeah, that big AoE they do is awful. A lot of damage. Thankfully, we've been stacking our charges, all the instant cast abilities, just to get everyone healthy quickly. I'll just throw this one quick direct heal on him for the hell of it. Oof, we all got hit by that right at the end. That is unfortunate. Thankfully, we got it done, and we can heal up outside of combat. We need one more map fragment, and we still have to find the exit, and we're pretty light on time, so do need to start moving, but it's not worth dying over, so focus the Rager, because he really hurts. Dreadnought looks like he's fine on his own. I'm just doing damage here to speed this up. Quick instant heal on the Dreadnought. Why don't I just shield him for the next pull, like so. And what do we got next? Fixator pack, scary. Need to focus the Rager, because he does the most damage. I need to just tank this Fixator for now. Bring him into melee for some cleave damage, hopefully. And I think we're good at this point, to where I can just DPS. And everyone will heal up outside of combat. Good. New spell that no one can use. Your direct spell critical strikes have a 5% chance to reset the cooldown. Ooh, it's going to be annoying to try to keep track of, but if I did, that would be cool. 5% chance for a free absorb. I might actually need it if my mana runs out on this next boss, but this is what I was looking for. When it crits, your next spell is its mana cost reduced by 40%, which reducing the chain heal cost is huge, so we'll grab that. Again, a little hard to keep track of when I'm just spamming instant heal, but if it procs at the right time and it's just like passive less mana, then that's good. So watch over the ground slammers. They're all going to get hit because I told them to go in because I'm not a good teammate, I guess, but get the healing ring down for a little bit more AoE, chain heal. Really just want to make sure everyone's healthy first. Might as well throw this passive healing aura on. One instant heal at the Dreadnought. They're going to get stunned again. Nope, they defeated him in time. So we can scoop the loot, check the shop, and we really don't have a lot of time to finish up here, but we'll see what we can do. Great ability, already have it. Nobody can really use that. 18%. Again, I always forget. Let me see what I have first. Nice beefy ring for HP, but I'd rather have... Well, this guy doesn't even have a ring, so it's better than nothing. And then This is a ring that does health and magic resistance, which isn't really better, I don't think, for anyone than what they have. So don't need another Chaos Strike. And let's see what we got. This ring, 18% magic damage, is huge. Yeah, that would be better for several people, so we'll grab that. Wow, really nice helmet too for just about everyone. Might as well grab it. And then, you know, I'm gonna grab this too. So this one can go on this guy. It's all physical. He doesn't even have a helm, so that's good. This one is everything. I mean, it's good for everyone. It's physical, it's magical, it's crit. I mean, this is huge. So I think it would be best for it to be on, let's see, the Dreadnought loses health, gains DR, does more damage. I think I want this on a damage dealer. It's going to have to be, it would make the most sense on the Crusader because he benefits from both the magic and the physical, so that's pretty good. Is this better? No, because it's magic, and the physical people have physical things, and then an 18% magic ring. It might just be good for me, to be honest, to beat this next boss quicker. I lose the health, but hopefully I can just avoid taking damage, so we'll give that a shot. Minute 20 left. Gotta hustle here. There's our chest. Let's go in, focus the Rager, give this guy a shield so I don't even have to heal him. Spam this chain heal for damage. Hope the Dreadnought lives. Might as well use the hammer to keep him a little healthier. Nope, couldn't target anyone in time. Okay, scoop the loot. We got our map. I see the exit over there. We have a minute to get there. We can probably do it. Just gotta not have anything tragic happen on these next couple packs. Send everyone in. Oof, big spears. Bit of AoE healing out. And then I can just DPS, hopefully. Okay, good. We're all good. Okay, this ability I like. This wasn't even supposed to be part of this build, but the healing that it does now does damage. So I use it on enemies, which does damage, but then it also does healing, and then that healing again does damage back to the enemies. So this becomes a really good just like mob clearing ability. Not sure how useful it's going to be on the boss, since we're not really going to be clearing too many more mobs at this point, but it's just a good ability, so I might as well grab it. Shit. 30 seconds. Disruptor. Everybody go. Gotta nuke this guy. I got LOS. Got the LOS. I gotta heal. Get him with the hammer I was just talking about. Big damage. Big healing. Spamming chain heal. Keeping the Dreadnought healthy. And they can finish this pack off, and then, ah, shit. I see the exit, but there's a pack in front of it. I'm not gonna make it in time. Oh, there's a chest, too. Let's see. 6 seconds? This could be tragic if I mess this up. Let's see if I could at least just get the chest. Oh, it gets the exit. Oh, we did it. Oh my gosh. I don't think I looted anything from that chest, but I'll take the extra 100 hearts, so. Alright. This is probably the last boss. I'm assuming each map has 3 bosses. It maybe has more, but I have not fought this guy yet, I don't think. So I have no idea what we're going to do here, but we're going to just take a quick breather, check out the shops, and then figure out our strategy. So, okay, got some good loot here. This is an upgrade for nobody, unfortunately, so that gets sold. Nobody can use this, so that gets sold. Nobody can use any of these, so that gets sold. Nice magic defense, not really better because I also want damage on people. It might be better for the Crusader, but... And this is a big magic ring. Yeah, that's better for the Crusader. I don't really care about him having more health. So that'll go there. Okay, right, what is this? Might be better for the tank, actually, to have this, to eat some more hits. Nah, I'll keep it. I don't hate him doing a little bit more damage. Okay, before I buy anything, unless there's a heroism scroll, which doesn't look like there is, I'm gonna go check if my character would move in the right way. Gonna check both shops, just to make sure I don't overspend when there's something better. Okay, there's the heroism scroll. I need that. 6 mana potions probably enough, but I'll just grab more if there's nothing better here. No good abilities there. 9% ring, not better. Pretty nice helmet, not better though. decent chest, not better, and a helm that's kind of garbage. Okay, so I'll double check this other shop before I get those mana pots. Let's see. No good spells. Pretty good magic ring, but not better. I've never used one of these. I don't even know if it's really worth it. Scrolls, headdress. Ooh, that's a nice headdress, but not better. And wow, 19%. I think I'm getting this. I'll lose some health, but 19% physical and 6% crit and a little bit more physical DR. Yeah, this will go on the fighter. Right there. And then I can sell this, get a little bit back, and go ahead and pick up those mana potions. And I mean, I already have a bunch of hand grenades. If this is the last boss, there's no reason to hold on to any of this money, so I might as well just buy more. But if it's not the last boss, I don't know what I'm going to do. But let's go ahead and just grab this for the heck of it. Okay, so we're like as kitted out as we could be. 8 mana pots, a scroll of heroism to use right on pull. Hand grenades, I guess, maybe if we need them. And let's see what this guy does. So... oh boy, okay. He attacks, he does his Chaos Strike, we know what that does. Summons a skeleton or a battle mage, and he does a ground slam. Destroys fellow enemies. Oh, interesting. Okay, if we can funnel the ads in. So, 1,000 to 1,200 damage. So I have two options. I can either like micromanage, move my party out of this, because they're all melee people, so they're all going to be in this, getting hit by it. So I can micromanage, move them out of it to avoid the damage, or I could just try to spam heal through it with chain heal and all this other stuff. So we'll see about that. I'll probably just eat the first one, and if it looks like it's too much damage, I'll start microing. If it's stunned, I would definitely try to move people out, but... oh, well, there you go. Shock Nova will stun. Volley is going to hurt everyone, and Enlarge is going to make him huge. Again, he's melee, though, so he should just move in, and if I could just kill him before he does his Shock Nova, then we should be fine. And then this guy, damn, Cleave as well, and he gets big and scary. So, you know, between the Cleave, the Volley, the Shock Nova, and the Ground Slam, there's going to be damage going out on everybody. But our hope with this strategy was we have a bunch of AoE healing options, some nice instant cast spells, and we should be able to just heal through it, is what we're hoping, and kill him before he kills us. So, I'm going to take a swig of coffee before this pull so I can really lock in. And just think about our opening rotation. So I'm going to pre-shield the Dreadnought. I need to make sure I have this on. I think it just lasts forever. It goes away when you change floors, I think. So that should be good. Passive healing. May throw a healing rain down right when we get there. Try to maintain that. It's not a lot of healing, but when you consider it's hitting 5 targets, it adds up to be quite a bit. Again, we'll shield Dreadnought on pull. We'll pop Heroism on scroll. We'll do as much damage as possible. Spam chain heal. If I need a little bit of extra damage and healing on the ads, I will use Light's Hammer. If anybody gets extra low, I will hit the instant heal. 150,000 health. Gonna see if we could just nuke him quickly. So Dreadnought gets 1 shield, 2 shield, and we go. We go. As soon as we get close enough to start doing damage, we pop Heroism, and we start spamming DPS here. Okay, here comes the Ground Slam. I'm just gonna move out of it, because fucking why not? And then I can heal people. Okay, that did not do that much. Keep the healing rain down for good heals on everyone. And just keep DPSing with chain heal. We got ads coming in. When the ads come in, I'll use the hammer. Because that just, well, it's supposed to do good damage. Okay, again, I'll get out of that. Everyone's healthy, so we're fine. I'm going to pop a mana pot early. Hopefully so it comes back off cooldown soon. Everybody's healthy, so we're good. I'm going to chill a little bit, let my mana come up. Why don't I just do a hand grenade for the hell of it? Okay. Yeah, do one more chain heal. Here comes that big ground effect, so got a healing rain down. Ooh, people are getting low, and I'm getting low on mana, but we got a mana pot. So we'll pop that. That'll let us do a few more chain heals. Okay, this isn't as bad as I thought. This is less of a race and more of just a resource management. Again, I'll let them get hit by this, just because I'm being lazy. And then I can heal through it like this. The fact that that destroys the enemies as well is super useful. So, oh, he's volleying from outside the wall. That's not good. Another big heal, pop a mana pot. Let's clear everybody out. Get out of this, guys. Yeah, get a little more, get out. Yep. They're still gonna get hit by that. Dummies, it's fine. Boss is getting low. Let's just get everyone healthy with chain heal. Put a healing rain down for the passive healing. Do another hand grenade. Oh, he's done. Boom. Okay, he really wasn't bad. I think that's the end, but just in case it's not, I didn't even use this ability once. Just in case it's not, we'll grab the lay on hands, emergency heal. I'm pretty sure this, with the little spikes, means that's the end of the level, so. Yep, there we go. Alright, we got an achievement, bunch of money. And looks like we unlocked, oh god, a new level called the Hellfire Sepulchre. That's terrifying. Okay, so we did what we set out to do, which was to beat that level with a build that I thought was pretty good. I didn't actually get the pieces of the build that I wanted. Let me just show you real quick kind of what I was thinking with the last couple minutes of the video here. So, yeah, it was going to be all around chain heal. This is what I wanted. So, if you get this one that causes it to jump to a lot more targets, and then you heal your team with it, and everybody's healthy or whatever, it'll then jump to the enemies. And then vice versa, you can just use it to DPS enemies, but then if there's not enough enemies for it to hit, it'll bounce to heal the lowest health party member. So it just becomes really easy to just spam it to do damage and healing at the same time, and then you stack up however many times it can jump to as many as possible. You reduce the cast time, and then the problem is the mana gets to be a lot on that, especially with the reduced cast time when you're spamming it so much. So this becomes useful. You know, you get mana back as long as it hits enough targets, which with this, it's like almost guaranteed to always hit enemies and party members to get max value from this. And then we just kind of look for other things that reduce mana value, like this one right here, 80% mana cost reduction on proc, and some other things as well. But that's really just what I was thinking, is just make everyone melee and just stack them up and do AoE healing to them, and that seemed to work there. Don't know if that's the best strategy going forward, but I will probably try that out again on some of these other maps and see if we can make this build work on some of the more difficult levels. But that's all for now. Hopefully you enjoyed. I have been having a lot of fun with this game, and I'm still learning a lot. But like I said, there's not a lot of information out there on this game and what builds to make, so hopefully this serves as a somewhat useful kind of build tech type of video. And I do hope that you enjoyed. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. Take care. Peace.